My comment is about the biology textbook's presentation of research on finches in the unit Evidence of Evolution. The textbook tells the story about researchers who observed that after a drought, when most seeds were hard to crack, birds with larger beaks survived better than birds with smaller beaks, and that over time, the average beak size of the finch population increased. That increase was about 5%. The textbook tells students that it would take only 12 to 20 droughts for beak size to progressively increase to the point that new species would form. The authors leave out the rest of the story. They don't mention the same researchers also found that after the drought ended, the average beak size of the finch population returned to normal. No progressive increase in beak size was observed, no net evolution. This story about finches is presented by the authors as evidence for the theory of evolution, i.e. that small changes in a species, also known as microevolution, add up over time to big changes in new kinds of animals, also known as macroevolution. The story about the finches nicely demonstrates microevolution, but that's all it demonstrates. The authors don't define or make a distinction between micro and macroevolution. Rather, they conflate the two and pull a bait and switch, pretending that the demonstration of microevolution is evidence of macroevolution. The fact is, in no case has an example of microevolution ever been shown to result in macroevolutionary change. Although the textbook misrepresents the evidence, it provides a teaching opportunity if you point out what the authors left out. Point out their failure to define micro and macroevolution, how they conflate the two, and how important the distinction is to proper understanding. Point out that the extrapolation of microevolution to macroevolution is speculation, and it has never been demonstrated. I don't suggest it's your intention to miseducate. I assume that school staff is, as I was, misled about the status of the theory. That's probably true of anyone whose knowledge about it comes from what they learned in school or from the popular narrative. Thank you.